Hello, viewers around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you may be watching around the world. We'd like to introduce our new YouTube channel to you that focuses on global issues in education. And the name of our YouTube channel is Education Unpacked. We will be unpacking lots of things and issues that are underlying in the education industry and on individuals' career and life as people go about trying to improve the different challenges that they are facing in the industry and how they may want to improve in terms of developing their skills and to advance their careers in their different and respective countries. So we will be looking into the basics and extending that to providing solutions and advice on a variety of fronts and to support those who will be coming up with questions. We've at this moment see that most people are falling behind or lacking ways to proceed with the different objectives that they have in life as a result of lack of knowledge. So we will be unpacking lots of these things that they are looking for, this information. We will put that together to enhance that skill so that they may have a fast decision-making process. We will help them in different areas. So feel free to drop your questions. If you have any issues, education related, you want to travel to do your programs or study abroad, you're looking for internship, scholarships, also to understand the education system around the world. We will be uncovering all of these issues and bringing them to you. We would also be talking about the online education. That will be our focus as well, and the campus studies. Having been in the education industry for the past 10 years, I believe that at this moment it's the time to give back to people who are trying to upgrade themselves. The online studies is a wonderful trend and has brought a lot of advantages and some disadvantages in some people's life. But we strongly believe that the way the world is moving at the moment, online studies, it has come to stay, and that will be the future for tomorrow. We will be looking alongside the campus studies and what are the challenges in making that journey. There's a lot of things that we will be focusing on. Also, we will be talking about different topics in the channel. We will touch country specifics. We'll be looking at curriculum. We'll be looking at learning format, breaking down the different grading systems and also the different course system in the United States, in Europe, focusing more on Britain and the mainland Europe, and also to across the African continent. So you can put your questions together. We will also extend our services on dealing with questions that for young students who want to travel and study abroad, what do you need to know? How do you prepare about this, and what are the basic things that you need to put in place? We will uncover all this to unpack it for you so you have a better picture. There are millions of people out there who are suffering or who are having difficulties like making this the education journey become a reality. We will break that down for you in a simple way. We'll be uploading our videos. We'll be touching on really critical topics that touch people's lives. The education sector has grown. Online is dominating at the moment, especially in the West. There are millions of people across the African continent that wants to advance their careers, but there's lots of logistics involved for them to travel to study abroad. So we want to reach out to that audience to let them know that the online education is a vibrant area where they can achieve recognized qualifications that they may be able to put back that knowledge gained from this online learning into their different communities across their countries. Now, there is this issue of the credibility or the way people perceived online education. We would address that with our students and our we call that our students because they may be learning in different countries. We will talk to our students also in the Middle East, our audience that are scattered all over the world. We will talk to you guys, so bring your question forward. If you are in the middle of studies, what does online takes? It's a journey, of course, but before you embark on it, we can guide you through that process. We can make it easy for you to understand. The whole continent is changing. I focus on Africa at the moment because the middle class has grown over the years, and people do not want to leave their families behind because they want to travel to Europe or to America or to Asia or to the Middle East to follow up a full-time program. Now, most people turn to universities that are spread across the world to follow their program. With this, there are lots of accredited institutions across Europe and the United States that you can do an internationally recognized bachelor's, a diploma, certificates, bachelor's, master's degree, and doctoral degrees online, which are very accredited with a renowned institutions. Some of them are linked with professional bodies around the world that accredits. That could be campus levels, or it could be country level institutions, professional bodies that recognize those certificates, and that can also be used around the world in different countries. We will look into that. Also, we will talk about the importance of actually for working professionals who may want to advance their careers using online learning platforms. We may be looking into universities. There are millions of degree mills out there, and I've come across over the past 10 years lots of professionals who at the end of their journey, they realized that they have been studying with the degree mills. Degree mills are basically universities that they are not accredited. They kind of show up out there and use some kind of bogus accreditations as if they want to collect money from students from around the world. We've had lots of people come to us in our consultancy to tell us that these are the challenges they are facing. So for us to look into this, we've decided to come up with Education Unpacked. So we will be unpacking those issues. So you, the student, you, the professional, you, the young student leaving university, can make an informed decision. So we will touch on renowned institutions. We are able to attest to you those universities that offer accredited online programs. We will look at those ones that are not recognized because most people are busy around the African continent. They're not able to actually do enough research. So we may want to bring this service to them. Secondly, we will look at our own professionals as well who are based in Europe and across mainland Europe itself. The lifestyle is so busy that people don't have the time to leave their families and go to regular campus. Nowadays, they will want to go to the comfort of their own room and register and do an online program. Most of those programs are recognized in the different countries. The knowledge gained from an online program cannot be replicated to what you gain from a campus studies. I'll tell you why. Because the number of people who are doing online studies are seasoned professionals in their industries. They come from a variety of backgrounds. These are people you will never meet face to face. So we will talk on those topics as we proceed through this channel. And also, most people don't have the resources to kind of move around, so they would prefer to do online programs. With our populations in the United States, where online learning is really high at the agenda, they have one of the most renowned institutions that offer online learning. This has been there for the past couple of years, so there is no issue. But the main issue here is committing to do an online program. It involves a lot of commitment. Some people jump into it like it's so easy, but they find that they found out that it's going to be difficult for them to either complete the program. They end up dropping because of poor planning. That's where we come in. We want to address this, get you prepared, answer those questions that you may want to know, kind of like get you ready. The things you need to know. Have you discussed with your family? Have you talked to your wife? Have you discussed with your children? Have you informed your family members? Have you looked at yourself that you want to commit your time? Because it's going to be really tough. Because tough in the sense that you will have to submit assignments. You become a research student, so you have to commit at least 15 to 20 hours a week. In some cases, may go to 30 hours a week. It all depends on your learning style. So we want to break that down for our audience so they may understand what they're about to get into. We will also touch on different universities that offer the distance learning. We will focus on other schools that offered campus programs, and we will be looking into the different admissions and selection process. We will look into universities that offer dual programs and those that offer programs that are linked professionally. And we would like to hear from you, our audience. You can always drop us an email or leave a comment, so we're able to come back to you. As you are today, if you are the first viewer who is joining us in this new channel, Education Unpacked, it will be information, knowledge sharing, unpacking institutions, admissions process, online learning, campus, education trends. We will also talk about the importance and what technology has done so far on how it has transformed the learning process. Now, we will also make sure that we talk to our young professionals on how to prepare an application, depending on what program you're going in for. Most online schools nowadays are becoming really tough in the admissions process. They don't give out degrees like they're giving out a gift. You have to go through the standard process. And we will look into the campus programs. We will look into best MBA program, best master's programs, general masters, doctoral programs, bachelor's, diplomas. We would advise our audience on visa processing, on how you prepare yourself to go for an interview. Most people ignore this. You're meeting a visa officer in 2 or 3 days. What do you need to know? How do you prepare yourself? The way the systems operate around the world is different. So you want to be at your best if you are having such appointment. So we will be looking into all of this, and we will be informing you to the latest scholarships and other things that are related to education. We will talk more about the professionalization of education and how that affects the way you will be learning in the future and the industry you may want to get into. We will look into all of those to make sure that we can guide you here. We are open to your questions. Do not hesitate to bring them forward. We will dwell into tuition fees. We will dwell into payments. We will also advise you on if it is worth it making that investment to travel to a foreign country, going through the immigration procedures and living there. We will look into that. There are lots of things that are coming forward. We've had thousands of requests from our different audiences, so we want to look into all of those areas to address them as much as we can. So if you're joining us for the first time, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the little bell there so that each time we upload a new video, you are able to get this information. And we are glad that we welcome you to our new channel, Education Unpacked, and we'll be looking forward to interacting with you in the coming years And thank you so much for your time and have a pleasant evening. Bye bye.